Got it. Hello, everybody. It is week 9 of the fantasy football season. Yeah, Nick, I checked before this time. Episode 7. Um, you know, we're getting places. The Cowboys defense stinks. We have a guest for you today. The best record in fantasy football. Needs no introduction. What are you, two-time champion?
Yeah, almost
Two-time
almost three.
champion. One less than both the other guys on the podcast. Justin Symes. I'll let you guys take it away here.
Thank you for having me. Sad I lost this week. Actually, no. I told Alexi before the week I wanted to lose. I want my team to go through the pain and agony of losing before the playoffs, so we're feeling good.
Yeah, no, I mean, when your team's not that good, sometimes it's time to lose. And I think we finally got there. Um, yeah, I'm two back, so I feel good about where I'm at with Justin. I'm gonna get some of my guys back soon, which will be really nice. Nick, do you have anything to say over there? I know you're in a car.
Yeah, I'm glad there's no more undefeated teams. Um, I'm glad Justin's in high spirits still, but a lot of star power, a lot of championships on this episode of the podcast. Um, so yeah,
Yes. 8 rings. 8 rings. So if you are struggling in fantasy this year and you need some advice, I would probably listen to the guys on this podcast today because
Are
we
you counting
know a thing or
Braden
two.
in that?
Yeah, I would count Braden.
What's that, 10 rings?
Yeah, but Braden sucks. So like, Braden's washed. But on this podcast, there's a lot of ball knowledge. Some of the best. The only person that I've ever actually openly admitted that I respected in this league as someone that is close to how good I am at this is Justin Symes. Every year at the draft, it's like I'm always like, "Damn it, Justin, that was my guy," and then Justin's always like, "Damn, yeah, I was gonna get that guy." So we kind of take each other's players because we know ball and we're always
I
good.
I honestly can't remember like a recent season where Justin didn't have a competitive team.
I think it was last year, but
No, let me say this. I was talking to Alexi about this. I was telling him the ridiculous 6-year run I've been on. I won 2 championships, then I lost in the finals to Carter, and then I had a bad year. Then last year I lost to you by zero point 0.1 points in the first week, and if I won that, I would have lost to Nick in the championship. And then
you lost to me.
yeah, Saquon
I
dropped
do remember beating
Saquon
you.
dropped that pass, and the Falcons went and threw a touchdown to Kyle Pitts, and you won.
Yes, I do remember that. And then I also wasn't it you who I won my first ring where he scored in the last play in the Saints game? Ben, what was his name? I beat you in the semis and you lost by a
Ben
point.
Ben Johnson,
Not Ben Johnson. Who am I
not Ben
thinking?
Johnson.
Who's the tight end that
Ben
went to
he
Georgia
went
on
to
the Saints?
Georgia. Ben Benjamin Benjamin
Benjamin Watson.
Benjamin Watson. There we got
Justin,
It
there.
was
may have
that
been.
not you in the semis when I
It
scored?
may
It
have
was like
been. I don't
midnight
know.
and you were supposed to win, and they were down 35, and they threw like a 1 yard pass to Benjamin Watson, scored touchdown. I won by a point. That's how I won my first ring.
Yeah, that
So
might
yeah,
have been.
Justin, you could have like 5 rings.
It's all right.
Um,
I'm feeling good about this year, so hopefully I can match you guys.
yeah, I'll win this division, but you keep trying, buddy.
Well, you know how I like to start off every podcast. Nick's weekly stats.
Yep.
I'll do this real quick. Anthony said this a few weeks ago, but I think this week was even more so. Week 8 was a big separator week. We now have 3 teams at 2-6, only one team at 3-5, and 4 teams at 4-4. So a lot of teams, 2 teams at 5-3, and then Justin and Dave are leading the way at 7-1 and 6-2 respectively. So a lot of teams. I mean, 6 teams at 4-4 and 5-3. That's 6 teams for basically 2 playoff spots. I would say. I'm assuming Dave and Justin are pretty much locks for the playoffs at this point. So it's still very tight. Leona is crying. I don't know if you can hear that. I'm trying to podcast. Braden and Carter. are currently our unluckiest teams by that metric that I explained last week. Very typical 124.1 league median this week. And I think we need to stop and have a quick conversation about Carter's team. He's currently averaging 137.5, which is it's less than 1 points per week difference than Justin. So like we're not giving Carter the credit he's due. Thoughts?
Oh, I always would look through the teams when I'm bored at work, and every week I was like, how is Carter like 500? He has
I have
a
to say that.
good
It's true though.
team.
Look at you all. Man, COVID's never going to be a big. Sorry. Nick, what were you saying? I was. I had
He was
some-
talking about Carter's team, how it's
Oh.
7-4 somehow.
Yeah, I'll say this. I said I think in week 2 or 3 of doing this podcast that Carter's team was just gonna get worse and worse. And his season was over. I was wrong. His team actually got better. So rare miss on my part there. But Carter, I think
Breaking news. Breaking news. Anthony admitted he was wrong.
Yeah, I did miss on that one. Carter has a chance. His team's not bad. He is getting unlucky. And sometimes it's just like you have those years where it's just like nothing can go your way, and then sometimes you have those years where it's like everything can go your way, and everything kind of hits. Like for me this year, I feel like I'm kind of like it rotates every week. It's like I keep winning these games because maybe I shouldn't, like they're low scoring and I win, but then like I win the game and then I lose 2 starters. Like every week I have like 2 guys that get hurt every week. And it's like, well, like at some point it's either gotta even out or and then Justin, like you had a couple bad weeks, not like necessarily bad, but you won them. Like it just like
Yeah.
cards fell right and you got to keep winning.
I can't believe I've won 2 of my last 3 weeks. It's been a little ridiculous. Before that, I was averaging like 150 a week.
Right.
But Igbuka and Puka getting hurt in the same week killed that week, and then it was a little rough the last 2 weeks. But I'm fully healthy now.
Yeah, just wait till my boy Hampton comes back.
Well,
Nick, are you-
hold on. Can I ask you about that? Are you worried because Vidal's look good when Hampton comes back? Hampton's injury is going to be an elongated period of time where he's out. They're probably going to slowly bring him back in. It's probably going to be a split backfield.
It's not going to be a split backfield. It might be for a week, maybe like the first week, yeah, maybe when they're, but also like they're not going to rush him back. He's going to be out like 6 weeks by the end of this whole thing. Vidal's been good, but they've also been like shopping for running backs and trying to trade for them because they don't think he's like the guy. Until Thursday night, I think they're like, all right, he can make it there. No, they just drafted Hampton in the second round. I don't think so, and he was really good. But for a week, yeah, like that first week back, I might not start either of them. Not that I have that depth at this
I
point,
was going to
but
say, who would you start besides them?
yeah, I'd probably just throw Hampton in there and be like maybe Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Harbaugh's weird. Harbaugh doesn't really seem to care about that kind of stuff sometimes. He just kind of rides with whatever.
I don't know.
Nick, are you done with your stats? I wasn't even listening.
Yeah, I'm done with my stats. Read through the
Okay.
segments, and honestly, let's jump right into matchups. We can come back to the segments because they'll be easier for me when I'm back in front of my computer in 5 minutes.
Okay, well, we have today's segments. We have power rankings, power up. Oh, nice name, Nick. Flotsam and Jetsam Junkyard Jettison. I have no fucking idea what that is.
Flotsam and Jetsam.
Okay, week 8 matchups, week 9 matchup preview. Our picks and the Tony Pepperoni player pick of the week. Justin, is there any fun segment you wanted to bring in that you wanted to say that takes 1 minute at some point during this podcast?
I don't know, not really. I like the power rankings one, but Nick said he wanted to wait for that, so I guess.
Okay, yeah, we'll come back to that. So we'll start with breaking down the matchups. The first one, I will do it because Nick, are you capable of doing any of these?
I'm good to go.
Justin versus Alexi, which was our matchup of the week.
Yes. This match of the week might have not been the highest scoring, but man, did it deliver on Monday night. In an MNF thriller with Pacheco, Ertz, and Rice combining for 36.9, Alexi was lifted over Justin 116.55 to 111.1. Rashi Rice sped into the end zone with 7:52 left in the fourth quarter,
Oh
making the
my
6 weeks
God.
he spent on Alexi's bench well worth it. Justin opted to start Jake Ferguson, whose hips did in fact lie, as he scored 0 points. He should have done the exact opposite and started George Costanza Kittle, which would have easily changed the outcome of this one. Ultimately, Prescott, Waddle, and Woody were not enough to give Justin his 8th win over Mr. Wed Wiverwivowy and Washi Weiss.
You sound like a weather boy out on the scene.
I think he was trying to go with the fastest
That was
6 foot.
somebody asked for that, so I gave it to him. My two this week are like that.
Um, okay. Yeah. I wasn't terrible. I think you should have played the music. Boom, boom.
Well, I'm not in front of my computer.
Bears. This matchup of the week. Okay. Yeah, so Justin, first loss. Yeah, I okay. I don't even know what to say. I'm a little speechless.
Yeah,
Ultimately, Prescott, Waddle, and Woody were not enough to give Justin his 8th win over Mr. Wed Wivel Wavwe and Washi Weiss. Justin, anything to say on your ass kicking, or we already got to that? Or
No ass kicking. That was embarrassing for what I think is two of the best teams in the league.
yeah, Alexi, really, buddy? You and Alexi, you're kind of turning into little butt buddies over there.
We pregame the Monday night football matchup at the gym.
Yeah, you guys are kind of gay.
but yeah, where do you guys work
You're
out?
just
You
jealous.
work out together. I feel like you guys like make beats together or something. I don't know.
Oh,
You guys are lame.
it's a good idea. We should do that. I could be a feature on one of his
I don't
songs.
really like that. It's just something about it pisses me off. Um, but you know what? Maybe if you start hanging around Alexi, you'll start losing games. Well,
Shit, first day I hung out with him, I lost.
yeah, to him, maybe he stole your swagger like that Kevin Durant movie. You know,
I
when they
told him when
trusted
we were
the ball.
hanging out, I was like, I want you to beat me tonight because it's going to be good for my team, good for the locker room. These guys need to know what it feels like to lose.
Whatever.
All right, William versus Dave. I'm taking this one over. This was a close one. It came down to Monday nights. Uh, the hero of the week, Justice Hill, came through for William Sherry with point 0.2 points. And if you ask William, that was the difference.
He won
Dave
by
was,
2.3 though, so
yeah, but at one point it was like he won by 0.2. Well, yeah, Dave, I think was due for a poopy week at some point, and it came. He had 43 points from his kicker and defense. Williams' team very top heavy, which concerns me. Like he has like Drake May, Barkley, and Ladd. They all exploded, and that's great. And yeah, I think this was the first game Barkley had over like 70 rushing yards all year. Um, but yeah, William wins, and I don't think Williams' team is good. I don't think Williams going to be someone that's like in the playoffs. Um, he wanted to make trades, and then he was like, "Well, actually, I'm fine. I have a plan." And I was like, "You literally asked to make the trade, so I don't really know what's going on there." But William won't be in the playoffs. Dave's fine. He had one bad week. Nick versus Connor. Justin.
Nick versus Connor. Yeah, low scoring matchup. Uh, Nick's running backs are terrible,
Jesus
but
Christ, Justin, really bringing the juice to the podcast today,
Justin,
everybody.
just read what I wrote.
no, I
Ah,
thought you were gonna give me a different matchup. So, I mean, honestly, what happened to Connor is similar to what happened to me. You know, Baker having 5 points kills you. So, yeah, I mean, shout out Chase Brown for actually doing something, and Quentin Johnson killed him. Tucker Kraft though kind of went crazy, but Nick's receiving core is nice. You know, it's gonna be interesting to see how CD and Jackson and Devontae Adams are together. So, yeah.
Did I have anything relevant to say? Let's see. I don't know. I don't think I have anything. 60% of Connor's points came from two players, so that's always fun. And then oh yeah, I mean my kind of two streams of the week: Rashid Shaheed, known terrorist, and Troy Franklin. Those are I feel like that was pretty good. That's kind of the reason I won. So I
Does it
felt
make you angry at all that you won and you didn't pick up a game on anything really?
yeah, a little, but the way I'm thinking about it is, I got to 4-4. I'm getting JSN, Devontae Adams, and Brock Bowers back next week. And I was able to pick up Bam.
What part of of like watching the last 8 weeks do you think that Brock Bowers is going to come back and like save your season?
If he's healthy and
No,
not,
I don't care how healthy. Have you watched their offense?
yeah, but is their offense bad because they don't have Brock Bowers?
No, their offense is bad because they're literally like the worst offensive line and quarterback. Like they're horrible.
Yeah, so just throw it to Brock Bowers and they'll be good.
It's
He's
not.
gonna,
That's like that is like a video game answer. Like I don't. You think that like Brock Bowers is going to come back and be tight end one? The Raiders were miles better last year offensively.
yeah, with AOC and Gardner Minshew.
Yes, I mean I know it's crazy, but yeah, by a lot.
You're crazy. What do you know?
I just like Nick thinks you're not making the playoffs. You have two good players.
No, I have like a bunch of good players, and I got Bam Knight this week.
Listen to yourself. You don't have running backs.
I got Bam Knight.
JSN and CD have to get 30 points a week just for you to even out.
And they do.
But that's just to even out. So then you never have these explosive, crazy good weeks ever. I was looking at your points. You never put up like a 170 spot.
I put up 170 last week.
Because everything evens out.
I put up 170 last week.
You probably had one of your running backs get lucky or something.
No, my running backs didn't do anything. They scored like 15.
Okay, so who'd scored are actually it's because you had Devontae Adams also.
And Bo Nix. And CeeDee Lamb.
You're not going to be in the playoffs,
you don't know anything.
Buddy. You're not going to be in the playoffs. Braden versus Ben. This one's mine. My sweet horse that I've ridden into the ground, Braden Little. I defend him every week. And he lost again. It might be over. Braden might have the best team on paper. I might be handing that one over to him. He lost to the Butterman. And the Butterman's like sneakily not that bad. The Butterman's kind of like the guy you look when you're like watching who you have to play this week and you go to matchup and you're like, hell yeah, I'm playing Ben. And then like Sunday at 5:03 comes around, you're like, shit, I'm getting waxed by the Butterman right now. Like I thought I was gonna have a free win. The Butterman's holding his own. He is hanging in there.
His team is good. I think his team is underrated. No one talks about it because it's Ben's team, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They're pretty good.
I love Ben's team.
He's the silent killer. James Cook and Breece Hall. Breece Hall.
He might get traded too to a good team.
Yeah, Jamar's been great ever since Flacco's come in there. Yeah, I don't know. Braden's just he's got the guys. It just doesn't all come together, and I don't know. He's at the point where I think he's got to rip off like 4 or 5 in a row. Braden does to have any shot. And I do think his team is good enough. I could see it be a William Sherry situation last year where it seemed like he was dead and then he just kind of went on a run. But Braden's officially like panic button segment. Braden Little, it's time to get going and win 3 or 4 in a row here. And we have a quote from the Butterman. Another week.
May I reached out for a quote. This one's real. The first one wasn't real. The last two is real. Another week, another win. No surprise. Another invitation to the podcast. No surprise. Another rejection of said invitation. No surprise. I don't have time to waste. I'm too busy chasing my bride in Cook Hall at Oglethorpe University. Not my words.
Yeah. I'll say it. If it's not me winning this championship, I want this fucking kid to get a ring so bad. Like he needs it. He deserves it.
The league's better undoubtedly better when Ben cares a lot.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
and it
agree.
hurts how many times I've knocked him out of getting that ring and beaten him in the championship.
He's come real close, like multiple times.
I've smoked him 2 of those times. One of them in the championship, and I felt bad, but
Gary
sometimes
Barnidge.
when he reminds me of like TCU. It's like he came in and played Georgia in the Natty, and it's like it was a great run, buddy, but you're not going to win that game, you know. He needs a down year from one of us. But Paul versus AJ.
I was just gonna say one other thing. Joe Flacco has been Ben's savior. Jamar Chase has 42 targets over the last 2 games. 42. He's gonna die. That's crazy.
They're kind of just like, hey, this offense can't move the ball, but we have a guy that's better than everyone, so stop it. And that's what they should be doing. I mean, that's kind of what Joe Burrow does. Like he spreads it out a little bit more, but he airs it out.
And they got William Wagner too. So
yeah, they got a hell of a snapper too.
So he was getting a little bit too much work earlier with Jake Browning playing.
Wait, Nick, before you go, hold on.
You're really gonna like this one, Anthony. It's a good one.
Hold on.
It's not gonna come through well in the audio.
Am I?
No, because it's gonna be playing on yours and it's gonna be playing on mine.
Fine,
what's the audio? I can do it on my phone.
I don't know.
Just let me do it without it. Let me do it without it.
Just fucking go.
All right, here we go. Game of Jones ultimately ended up on the Iron Throne in this one after the scrappy Saggens, as it reads on ESPN. Paul, you should probably go fix in your name. Got red weddinged 131.65 to 113.15. Josh Jacobs, Jingleheimer Schmidt, and Josh goes down on her. Both found the box and ate all afternoon long. Kamani was a vital part of AJ's success, but it was ultimately Patrick Swayze Mahomes' dirty dancing in the pocket on Monday night that lifted him to victory. Paul went from scrappy to crappy this week as he fell to 3-5, watching the pack of 4-4 teams run farther away. The 27 he got from Chris Kringle Boswell ultimately ended up being coal in his stocking, and Paul, who was physically at the Mercedes-Benz on Sunday morning, forgot to replace an injured Drake London in his lineup, even though there was no game across the pond this week as an excuse. Additionally, Paul tried to bribe me $10 to take it easy on him. He physically tried to hand me $10. I wasn't sure if it was to not punish him for
Georgia, Big Bang Georgia. Hi.
There you go. How was that? Yeah, that was good.
That was pretty good, Nick. That was there was a piece of me that was like, oh, this is pretty good. I wonder when he wrote this, and then I was like, I guess if I had all day to not work, I could probably make one too.
Did you write that, or did ChatGPT write that?
No, I actually wrote I didn't use ChatGPT at all for mine too.
Justin, he had 48 hours minus a couple diapers to change.
It's not hard. You literally just think of their first name, find literally anybody else in the world that has a different last name, throw that name in the middle, and then what are they famous for, and then put that in a sentence.
I would have liked you to throw in thanks, Boom. But other than that, it was pretty
guys
good.
In studio.
Thanks, Boom. Okay. Yeah, I beat Paul shorthanded with a lot of people out and down. But we keep scrapping together wins. I'm a firm believer. I'm a firm believer that Nico Collins and the Texans are going to get things going. And it will be like last year, and it will be a wide receiver 1. Because you know me, I'm big on targets. And the targets are there week after week after week. And at some point, it's got to happen.
This would be the perfect spot for me to just jump in here. Nico Collins, he missed this week. Georgia just wanted me to remind everyone that Braxton Berrios got to play, and he is dating Alex Earl, who is doing very well on Dancing with the Stars. So that was for Georgia. She wanted everyone to know.
And she's holding, I believe, milk. Is that milk?
It is a bag.
Is that breast milk?
It is breast milk.
Yes, it is.
That's great.
Oh, Alexi's players that he got
yes.
scored more points than Anthony's players this week.
Like every
Again,
week.
Well, they
again,
didn't. Two of them didn't play, and I won
not Alexi's fault.
again. And I won again. All I do is win, buddy. I will never say sorry about that trade. But yeah, big win for me. Paul versus Nick, or sorry, Mike versus Carter. Justin.
Yeah. Hey, shout out Carter. He finally had an easy week, and maybe I'm not saying I'm going to make the championship, but maybe we'll play in the championship for like the third or fourth time. I think his team. We all know his team's been unlucky, but he's 4-4. He'll be fine. And rest in peace to Cam Scadaboo. That was awful. That was like the worst injury I think I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
What else did Nick say on
Hey,
here?
did you watch it?
Yeah,
It
No,
wasn't the worst. It wasn't the
what
worst.
about
but
that
it was
Louisville
pretty
guy?
gnarly.
that was
About
gross when they showed that
Marcus
replay.
Latimer.
I've seen worse. but it
Actually,
was-
actually, Kevin Ware was the worst injury
Evan
I've ever
Ware, that's
seen.
what I'm thinking of.
yeah, that was bad.
Uh,
Marshawn Lattimore, not Marshawn Lattimore, but the South Carolina running back when his
Yeah.
kneecap was hanging.
That
under
was
his-
right. That was a real guy.
yeah.
I know.
something Lattimore.
And then Nick wants me to say that Mike's season is officially over without Scadaboo. I don't know if that's true, but obviously it's a uphill battle, so I guess we'll see. Maybe he can make some moves or something. I'll trade you for Jahmyr Gibbs, Mike, if you want to make a trade.
Carter went dual tight ends this week. That's always fun to point out.
Oh yeah, shout out dual tight ends. Anthony might have to do that this week.
Yeah, I'm actually. That brings me to this point. I got the Kyle Pitts, Sam Laporta duo going. Watch out, boys!
Can
Running
I
back
say
with
one
Ben
thing real
Jones.
quick that I didn't get to say earlier?
Yeah, what's up?
What is William gonna do? And I was rooting for William all week. William, I love William, but what is he gonna do at running back this week?
Hey.
Barkley's on bye. Irving's hurt. He has no running backs.
If I had to bet a fine coin, it'd be that you're gonna wake up and there's gonna be about 40 waiver wire bucks on Tracy Jr.
I was
How
thinking like 100.
what's Tracy going for tonight?
I'm gonna say someone overpays and puts 40 and then realizes that he's gonna split with Devin Singletary. So
I'd
So
say
would 30 be too much?
you're not. I don't think you're gonna get.
I wouldn't pay 30.
I
No.
told Alexi I was paying 30. That's
That's
all my
that's all you got, right? Yeah.
Nah, I don't think he's someone that's gonna like
You're telling me
save your season. We
you're
have 10
telling me
minutes. Fucking
that Tyrone Tracy with my running back situation is not worth 30 fab.
Oh, if I were you, I would
Might
if
get
I
you
were
like
William,
7 or
I'd
8.
put 50 in at least.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't know.
what? That's
Try
like 3
anything.
times as many as my running back scored this week.
All right, we only have 10 minutes and we haven't done much.
It's
So
about 50.
we're going to get to the power ranking segment now. Give me your top 5 team power rankings in order. Justin, you go first. We don't need really explanations, just name.
Yeah. I'm gonna go one down because I think that'll be easier for me, and I didn't plan this out.
Yeah.
I'm
I
ready.
I think my team's the best team in the league. I'm just
Okay.
I'm trying to make
Fine,
some moves,
7-1.
but I think even the team I got now is the best. I really like Carter's team. I'm gonna say Carter's team's the second best team in the league. I like Carter's team a lot, and then I'll say Dave's third. I mean, I think the roster is not as good as Carter's or mine, but I think he finds ways to win. I'm gonna say Alexi's 4. Shout out Alexi. And then I'm gonna say, just to piss Anthony off, I'm gonna say Nick's 5 because
The 5-3 team, the only
What?
5-3 team.
Wait, really?
Nick's team's 5 because his receiving core is nasty.
Thanks. I was not expecting that.
Well, yeah, he only did it to piss you off and piss me off.
Either Nick or Ben. Ben seemed good too.
Okay,
All right.
you're retarded. Whatever.
I
Nick,
love you,
go.
Justin. All right, I got Justin at the top. I think that's undisputable. And then I gotta go Dave, just based on points. And then I got Anthony, and then Carter, and then Ben. And then we can throw Alexi in there too. Ben and Alexi are kind of flip flopped. I think they could be 5 or 6 and get it 6 there.
All right. I think my one, actually, if you want me to tell you who the best team in the league is right now, I think it's Carter Moran. I think Carter Moran has the best roster. I'm as a Brian Thomas Jr. owner, I'm a little concerned that Travis Hunter might be the guy there, and if he is the guy, then Carter's loaded.
If Travis Hunter's the guy over Brian Thomas, will you admit that you lost the trade?
No, I don't think you understand the concept of the trade. Do
I
this
understand
again?
the concept.
I
also
I
understand you
knew
lost
that
the
I
trade.
obviously wasn't getting more points, Nick. It was that if Christian McCaffrey got hurt, my season was over.
You got to try to win though.
I
Try not
didn't
to
have
lose.
any wide receivers. And I don't think Brian Thomas is bad if Travis Hunter's the guy. I need him to get 10 points a week. That's all I'm asking for. Is 10 points a week. What, Nick?
Why would you make a trade where you would score less points?
I think throughout the season, it is going to be better for me. I think Trevion Henderson is going to be league winner by week 12, week 13. Yes, Nick.
How did Travion Henderson do this week when he got it on the goal line?
He had 75 yards on 10 carries. I don't give a fuck that he fumbled, Nick. Ramondre Stevenson has 8 fumbles this year, and he's still a starter. I don't care. That clearly is not a matter. I don't care. What, Nick?
How do you feel that there was news today that Patriots are looking to acquire a running back?
Every team says that. It's not going to happen.
Right.
We got 6 minutes, by the way.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going Carter, then Justin, then me, then Dave, and then the Butterman.
Butterman. Yeah.
Man.
I'm the Butterman.
All right. Hey, I'm back. What's up? It's Tony's Pepperoni Player, Penis Pepperoni Player, Tony Pick of the Week, baby. I'm here with Justin and his first loss signs. And I'm not going to make the playoffs, Nick Jones. What's going on, fellas? What's up, guys? I'm getting thrown out of a Publix. How about them Cowboys? We call them the Diner, Connor's favorite place. Nick, I don't like that your wife's watching me do this. Connor's favorite place, because when teams play them, everybody eats. D-I-N-O-S-A. You are a dinosaur. Dinosaur like a T-Rex? Oh, you're talking about T. Higgins. Another week, another trip to the box for Tony. Nobody circles the wagon like the Buffalo Bills. We got ourselves an instant classic this week down in Buffalo. Patty Mahomes versus Josh MVP Allen. Ooh, just saying it tickles my balls and makes me think of Jamal Charles. Oh, baby, when you talk like that, you make Tony go mad. Carter and Alexi having donuts go straight to the hips, but I'll tell you what, those hips sure don't lie. Oh, tonight the hips don't lie. Shakir's gonna score tonight. Khalil Shakir gonna have an explosive day in the shootout. 7 catches, 105 yards, and a trip to the box. Back to you fellas in the studio.
I would like to go back on something I said earlier. So I think I said Jake Fergie Ferguson, and then that his hips did in fact lie. And now I'm just realizing that that was Shakira that sang that song.
Yeah.
I was wondering why you put that in there.
Doesn't make any sense. What is Bergie known for?
Yeah. Fergalicious. I don't know. Okay,
He was not Fergalicious. How about that?
Nick, I don't know if we're gonna get to your journey.
Yeah, we got 3.5 minutes.
Flotsam and
You're just gonna have to wait for next week for Flotsam and Jetsam.
All right.
Jettison.
our matchup of the week. Anthony versus Alexi. Justin.
You want me to? Are we just
Yeah, you're gonna
picking?
pick your butt, buddy. I'll do it for you. Justin
Are we just
versus
picking, or are
Alexi.
we saying
Yeah,
it?
you're just picking.
Oh man.
Give me Alexi. He's got McCaffrey and Rice.
I think Alexi has to start everyone from the trade just to show that he's better than you. Alexi, this is the week you can prove it. If you lose this week, I think this segment where we talk about the trade will die.
I'm gonna go with myself this week,
I got
boys. Too much fucking juice.
I'll-
Here's my
I got
one
Alexi.
concern is, of course, the week that I play Alexi is when Lamar Jackson comes back and plays the Dolphins. But I think Mahomes will also have 40 this week versus the Bills, so I think it'll even out, thankfully.
Alexa's gonna score like 180 this week. This is gonna be crazy.
Yeah, whatever. I'm not concerned. Not concerned. Nick versus Dave. Justin?
I want to pick you, Nick, but your running backs are so bad. I'm gonna take Dave.
Yeah, Dave's too consistent. He's not winning 2 in a row. Give me Dave.
Wait, what? I've won 2 in a row already, so screw you. I'm going for 3.
Dave's too consistent. He's not going to lose 2 in a
Oh.
row.
I got myself this week.
And your team's bad.
I'm at full strength. This is as good as it's gonna get.
I also. Oh, never mind. Yeah, isn't Bo Nix playing the Texans?
I might not even start Bo Nix.
No, wait, yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. But I think Surtain's out, which is good for Nico Collins. Ben versus Paul.
Easy. Give me the butter, man.
Basement Dwellers podcast matchup. Give me Ben.
Yeah, Butterman belt to ass. I agree with that one. Justin versus Mike. Nick.
Too bad. I hate picking against Mike every week, but like Mike doesn't even have a quarterback. Give me Justin. Justin's got a check mark next to basically every guy.
Justin?
I'll take me. Shout out Mike though. I like your team.
Oh, Justin, your kicker's got a Q next to his name. That's never good.
Yeah, I've had a kicker already tear his ACL this year, so it's not.
I'm gonna take Justin. Yeah, I'm gonna take Justin. And you talk about Q. My entire team has a Q next to it. I've never seen so many in a row in my life. We gotta go quick. We got a minute left. We still gotta do picks. William versus Connor. Justin, Nick, go.
Maybe at the Pride Parade.
Okay. Connor. I'm taking Connor.
Fuck, Nick. I just said we have less than a minute.
William.
Yeah, I'm going with Connor, even though it doesn't win much. Carter versus Braden. I'm going with Braden finally wins one this week.
No chance. Carter's got another one. Easy.
Good matchup. Give me Carter.
All right, and last week during Thursday night picks, we had JJ's over 5.5 catches. That hit. Alexi Herbert rushing touchdown did not hit. And JJ's anytime touchdown did not hit, so we did not have a good week. This week, Baltimore and Miami. Nick has Derrick Henry 2 touchdowns. Justin, do you have a pick?
Yeah, I didn't see his 2 touchdowns picks. I'm sorry, but I'm taking A-Chain for 2 touchdowns as well.
And I'm taking Zay Flowers over in receiving yards. I don't know what the number is, but take
big week. Look for the Cowboys to have a big week this week. We had a very heavy Cowboys podcast.
Defense is so bad, it's ridiculous.